Just don't eat to the
Hey,
mic.
everybody's phone on mute.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Good call, Daddy Cakes.
Been there, done that.
Good call, guy.
Thanks, man.
Been
Guy.
there, been there, done
You can
that.
change my
I'm
name.
just
I
trying
don't
to act
care.
like I've been here
Oh,
before.
mine was already on.
Wait, if I hit the jewel from here, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Lil Wayne
got
mixtape.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see that. Let me see it. Right.
That bitch is almost dead. The charger right there.
Who's dead?
The jewel.
My mom is dead.
Pussy nigga.
So am I Kyle or my Guy Fieri?
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, just go with it.
I'll just be Kyle.
We'll play it by ear.
I'd be the Guy.
Yeah.
You shut your fucking trap, dude.
Singing my own way, bro.
And I'm not allowed to cuss, correct?
Hey, welcome. I'm back. Sorry about missing the last week's episode due to surgery on my hand. There's a few, before I introduce my guest, there's a few things I want to get out of the way. 1, the contest winner. 2, Chris isn't here. And 3, make sure you're subscribed. If you're watching, wherever you're watching, subscribe. Even if you don't like it and you like pity me because I'm doing this and you think I'm a stupid asshole, just do it anyway. Because I am. You know, you make me feel better about myself. The winner of the contest is Patrick Shaw. I meant to actually message him and tell him to be watching, but I forgot. So, Patrick Shaw, I'll hit you up later because I know you're probably not watching. Now, to my guest. Two of them been on before, UAB hockey team. I got Blake Hand.
Yee, what's up?
Oh, you awkward man.
Yeah.
Jacob Hornsby himself.
The one and only.
And the Guy Fieri. Kyle Freeney.
What am I supposed
guy.
to say now? They already kind of...
Just be like, hi, how are you?
Hi,
Just be
how are
super
you?
awkward.
Well, they already
Hi.
said what's up.
I'm a little high. I'm
I'm
just
not.
kidding. I know
Just
we're
give a
kidding.
Shakespeare
We're kidding.
quote.
Yeah.
What's the Shakespeare quote?
I don't know.
What do y'all think about
Name one Shakespeare quote.
To be or not to be?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, what about the
that's
conspiracy that Shakespeare's not a person, it's a pen name that taken by all the writers and playwrights of that era?
I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you heard the theory that, like in Shakespeare's plays, there's certain like patterns in it which like translate to the coordinates of like the pyramids in Egypt?
There's all.
It's crazy.
Why does everything go back to the
No,
periods
it's
and
why
images?
it's like dead accurate. It's
Oh,
crazy.
really?
Because why else would
look
they
it up.
build those?
I'm too dumb to even comprehend how
It's like
that's
they
a
pick out
possibility.
Chips
certain
up.
words and sequences, and it's just wild.
That is weird.
Like right on the tip of the pyramid.
So last time we talked, we basically just talked about hockey, and I don't remember what else we dabbed into. What did we get into?
A little bit of conspiracy theory stuff.
Oh, did we?
Oh,
Yeah, just a little bit. Right there at the end.
What's your view on conspiracy theories, Blake Hand?
I like them. They're interesting.
King Millennium.
What do you like about them?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what it is, what conspiracy theory it is that interests me.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Sandy Hook, definitely.
You brought
I
that up
never-
I don't know, but
never-
recently, I don't know. It's the Russian sleep experiment.
The Russian sleep experiment.
Yes. that
I
one-
wouldn't say that's a conspiracy theory though. That's more of like a story.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
But
guess.
We'll dig into the Russian sleep experiment. The Russian sleep experiment, although not documented or 100% fact that it's true, the only credible thing that would make it have any credibility would be that during the same time, the same people who would have done those experiments had a video of severed dog heads that they kept alive for several hours on artificial blood thingy machine. So
oh, I've seen that.
yeah, so I don't know if you count that as credibility that they're willing to do effed up stuff.
I think they
But
put 2 heads on one dog.
yeah,
Too. Yeah.
I do that all the time. So it is what it is. So what about the Russian sleep experiment is interesting for you? Besides the fact that, would you like to explain it, or do you like me to do all the
You
talking?
can-
I want to hear it.
I want to hear
I'm
Blake.
not really
he's
overly
he's the
familiar with
fanboy.
it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
really overly
Okay, so basically, the Russians, they locked, I forget the number, was it 15? 20? It was 20.
Five people,
It was 5 people?
5 guys.
Come on,
I
bud.
thought,
Inflation, bro.
5. It was in the 1940s. They locked. They wanted. Okay, I'll butter you up.
He'll take it.
All right. So, in the 1940s, it's rumored that the Russians had POWs that they did experiments on. This particular experiment was they wanted to see the effects of extreme sleep deprivation. So they got 5 prisoners of war and told them if they could stay awake for 30 days, they'd be free. So they locked 5 prisoners of war in a cell bunker type deal. It was big. It was enough room. They had little peepholes and microphones, and they had enough food for a month, running water, and toilets.
I would make it about 12 hours.
And they shut the door.
That's it. Locked in there.
Did they check up on them or like? They
Okay.
Them?
I'll just get in. I'll go through steps of the things they've observed. About after 5 days, nothing really drastic happened other than the prisoners' conversations became more emotional. They were more giving them their personal feelings and everything.
Yeah.
However, when you get to 10 days in, you hear odd whispers from corners, and people they stop talking. They're isolated. Some people are ripping pages out of books and defecating on them and covering up the peepholes so they can't see.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay.
Some of them stopped eating food
before you came here.
So
they stopped eating food.
Wait, what?
You didn't read this before coming here when you knew this was going to happen.
So they stopped.
I was curious.
They couldn't see what was going on. Okay. Well, one guy couldn't hear him anywhere. Okay. So on the 15th day at midnight, they opened the door and they said, "Okay, everyone on the ground, if y'all don't do anything, one of y'all will be free." When they opened the door, though, when they opened the door, they were yelling they didn't want to be free. And when they came into the light, they saw flesh missing from their.
Some people were eating other people.
No, they're eating themselves.
Yeah, that's
They never ate.
They were eating themselves.
They noticed all the food hasn't been eaten. Their fingertips were missing. They had chunks of flesh off where you could see their rib cages and organs were coming out.
They wanted to be left in the room.
And then 5 guards died. They attacked him. One of them ripped a Russian soldier's nuts out with his bare hands.
God damn.
Yeah.
So you could take it with a grain of salt. It might have gotten over dramatic, but Quentin Tarantino made up the story or some shit, It's like Uma Thurman was in that sleep experiment. But it's not that drastic to think that that's a possibility. To the most Americans, it is, because they think our government would never do anything, even though there's a laundry list of things they've done and been convicted for, and it's been proven that they would experiment on us and not give 2 shits. And that's kind of where I want to go. Now that you brought the sleep experiment.
I honestly want to try that though. I'm gonna stay awake for.
The room was pumped with gas.
Yeah. They pumped
gas.
a stimulant gas that kept them awake, they didn't want to go to sleep. They were begging not to. When they were
15 days?
No, when they were
There's
doing
5
surgery
guys in
on
there.
him, they were trying to give him the anesthesia, and he was fighting them. He said, "I can't go to sleep. Can't go
They
to
were
sleep."
in the room, pumped full of gas for a few days. They start freaking out.
No, you hear the one dude that actually fell asleep on the way back because they were going to put him back.
Yeah,
one of them
they did put him back.
Yeah, well, one of them fell. There was 2 left. One of them fell asleep on the way back and died.
What?
As soon as he went to sleep. And then the other guy, I forgot what happened. They shot him.
Well, at the end of the story, they were all saying you never want to go to sleep, and they know what the truth is. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
He said,
It
"We're
was
what."
wild.
They asked. A scientist asked, "What are you?" And he says, "We are what you keep dormant when you sleep," or some shit like that. Some scary demonic stuff. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you hop over the pond into our neck of the woods. You got our government doing MK Ultra. I know I've talked about it, but I've never really gotten into detail on what MK Ultra is. Y'all know what MK Ultra is?
I mean, I know of it, but not everything.
Well, that's kind of where the LSD came from.
Yeah.
The CIA was using torture, and they still, and some conspiracy theorists still think it goes on to this day, and that's what celebrities are. You ever seen MK Ultra when they malfunction? And they think you brought up what you say. I don't know where you saw 27 Club. When you brought that up, a lot of people think in 27. Think about around that age, not just the 27 Club, but I'm saying the celebrities at that age: Britney Spears, Martin Lawrence, all of them, Miley Cyrus even to an extent, they all go crazy, right?
Demi Lovato, she just had no D. She's like 27, something like that.
I'll look that
Well,
up.
she was already an addict, but
Was she?
yeah,
I actually
she relapsed.
after she left like Disney Channel or whatever it was, I never looked at her.
She was on the Disney
Oh,
Channel?
she's been on stuff for years.
So you,
She's
so
talked-
you
on
only
Disney?
looked
She's
at
been
her
talking
when
about
she
it
was
for a long
being a
time.
little child? You fucking pedophile.
I was a child.
Oh, I forget you are younger than me. Sorry.
Come on.
I apologize for that.
It's all right, man.
But yeah, no, it's
Youngin.
they use torture. They mess with your head. They use chemicals, torture. They even had, I think it was Project Night Pleasure or something like that. I don't remember. It's not what it's called. I forgot. But they had prostitutes, who were really CIA agents, and their clients would give them LSD while the CIA would watch from a one-way mirror and observe them. They were trying to make like super soldiers. And that's how LSD, they performed it with like that, hospitals and universities, giving it to unknown people, just LSDs, large doses. I'm talking about like 12 hits.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard something. I don't know. I can't remember the name, but there is something about that where they started testing LSD, and it's a Netflix series, I think. Basically, they dropped it in this dude's drink one night at a government meeting or something that he was at, and the government was watching him, and he jumped off a building. Do you know anything about that?
Not a damn
Oh,
thing.
whoa, okay.
Have you ever seen the video of like the actual soldiers like trying to do drills while they're on LSD?
No.
They're just like running around giggling. It's the opposite of what you just said.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
It's I don't know.
But you
much
brought
about
up,
buildings.
I don't know. Conspiracy theories it's like a slippery slope. Like, because there's so many like Looney Tunes out there that will find a conspiracy in everything. And a lot of people pin me in that group. I'm like, bro, I don't do that. Like, come on. There's one guy I was watching. I don't know why I watched like 3 of his videos. I kind of got stuck in a loop. He was like bringing up like all these female celebrities, and he was like, dude, she's obviously a guy. Look, and he was like, had it like circled. He's like, look at that jaw. Look at Sandra Bullock. That's an Adam's apple. Ugh. He clearly got like this gene shaved down, and like it was like Taylor Swift was one. I'm like, bro, calm down. I know from almost a personal experience that like she's not, and I know I didn't have sleep with Taylor Swift, but I know
Tell me about your
somebody who
personal
knows somebody.
experience. Taylor Swift.
Oh, Juno.
Oh, I actually.
Well, she went to prom with a guy at Hewitt Trustful when
No
I was
shit.
a junior.
Where? Or
Hewitt Trustful.
I mean, who?
I don't remember.
I went to Hugh Trustful.
No shit.
Yes.
This was my junior year, so you were probably what, in 3rd grade? I'm just kidding.
No, my stepbrother is like your age though, so like he might know about it.
Yeah, he probably would. I don't remember what the circumstances were, but yeah, he said it was terrible because he couldn't even like dance with her because he couldn't touch her and all this other stuff.
Sounds about right. I actually have something that since the last time we talked, that I've been wanting to bring up.
What's that?
It's the so you know the rapper XXX Tentacion.
Tentacion.
Yes. So have you heard all the like these conspiracy theorists?
He's
saying
dead, right?
I mean, I
is it too soon
That's
to be
what they
that
want
blunt
you to
about it?
think.
Oh, is he not dead?
No, that's what everyone's saying.
that's what everybody's saying, that he's not dead.
What are you saying?
like. It's,
I mean, at first I was saying that he's not dead, but I'm like, I've kind of like lost a little bit of steam towards it.
why is
but-
that?
Because I mean,
Well,
it's
first
been a while.
explain the theory, and then tell me why you fell off the train.
So Blake's kind of like with me on this. We talked about it a good bit, but basically so he was gonna have an album called No Pulse. That was gonna be coming out very soon after his death.
how did he die? Some people might not know who the hell you're talking about.
He got robbed and shot at a dealership.
And he's a rapper, a Canadian
Correct.
rapper.
No,
not
he
Canadian.
is a Florida rapper.
He's Canadian.
no,
isn't
he's
he?
not. Not
Florida.
even close.
Yeah, I think he's from Miami.
He's
Yeah.
from Florida.
Is he? Did I just completely just make
Look
fake
it
news?
up. I 100% guarantee it.
Oh no, I have no idea. I just always thought he was Canadian for some stupid reason.
That's Drake.
No, I knew that.
Anyway.
Screw that guy.
Yeah. A lot of people think he had something to do with it. But anyways, basically, he had an album coming out that was called No Pulse. And the reports at the scene were that the officers and all these people kept saying no pulse. And like 4 or 5 days after his death, they came out with a music video to his most recent release, his most popular song. It's called Sad. And basically in the music video, he's at his own funeral. And at his funeral, the person that's in the coffin, that's him, wakes up and like he fights him and all this stuff. And it's like talking about his alter ego and all this shit. And 2 days before his death, he posted a thing on his Snapchat, or not his Snapchat, his Instagram, saying like, if I was to die a tragic death in the near future.
Was any of his lyrics like similar to that prior?
Well, a lot of them are about depression and suicide.
Yeah, all of his shit's
So
about
is it that much of a leap for him to sing about that?
I mean, he always like talked about faking. Like he said, the one thing that he wanted to do is fake his own death, and he actually kind of did it. Like a few years back, he like for a music video, he posted some shit making everybody think he like hung himself or something.
Word.
That was really recent. I think.
Yeah,
Was he
I mean, it was like a
masturbating?
year ago. No, and then
It was
he
on his Instagram.
and then he
Wait, hold on. Not to be, I don't even know if this is insensitive. It's been long enough. How would you like to be a black male born in a city, Plantation, Florida?
Oh, Lordy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's where he was born. Y'all right. I don't know why I thought he was Canadian. Is there another little skinny rapper that's Canadian?
other than Drake, I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
I don't think so. But he posted some like stuff about about that, but then he kind of faked his own death, in that he posted that video and then he came back like 10 hours later like, oh, I'm not dead, all this shit. And then this time, there were just a lot of things that like correlate. Like there's a bunch of pictures of him like when he died. Like there was actually like a video of him dead.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people said that like in this video, like this person didn't have the same tattoos as him. It was like, it's really like a Tupac thing, honestly. I think that's
right. That's what I was about to say.
That's
So he's
what a lot
hanging out with Michael Jackson, Tupac, and Elvis, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But
I would hang out.
yeah,
Why not?
I mean, but like the similarities, like in that, I mean, are you familiar with like Tupac's story with like Machiavelli and all that?
Machiavelli?
Yeah, basically Machiavelli's like Machiavelli was Tupac's album that he had just released, and Machiavelli's biggest theory that it was faking his own death, and like there was songs about the number 7, and he supposedly got shot 7 times and survived in the hospital for 7 days and all this shit.
And he doesn't walk with a limp?
No gun walk.
Sheesh.
But yeah, I thought it was really interesting, and I don't know,
I like it.
I like it. I wish it was true because I liked his music.
Right.
I listened to it pretty. Have you ever listened to the entire album that he has currently?
No, I've listened to one and a half song of his.
No, you need to listen to his new album all the way through, and it is it really
The
is,
way he stresses his intro to the album.
yeah.
What's the intro song on that?
Like
It's
first
not an
song,
intro song, it's
it's him like talking,
Yeah.
and it's talking about like if you're not open and willing to listen to this album, you don't belong here.
With an open mind. You have to listen
You
to the
have to
album.
listen with
he
an
can't
open
stress
mind.
that enough.
Yeah, he says it like if you don't listen to this album with an open mind, you won't get it.
Listen to it. I've listened to it numerous times.
Mm-hmm. Me and
Only
Blake
takes
have
like
actually listened to
45
it
minutes.
together. It's actually it's not very long either because all of his songs aren't very long. But it's definitely like something.
And right after his death, listen to it, and then you see the music video. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the song "Sad" is on there, and like it fits like perfectly.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's something. It's definitely something that I could get behind.
So out of all the conspiracy theories, you pick about who I thought was a Canadian rapper. What about you, Guy Fieri? What's your conspiracy of choice?
Kyle.
Pick your poison.
I'm gonna go with the Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Why is Hollow Earth a bomb?
It's just wild in every way, really.
Describe it a little.
All right, so there's certain people that believe that the center of the earth is hollow and inhabited by people that are magical and animals that are unreal. Like they think like unicorns, the Loch Ness monster, stuff like that comes from there because it's so out there.
So it's almost a dimension, like
Pretty
it's
much.
untouched, I guess. You
Yeah,
could say.
that's what they say. Like they still live in ancient times. Supposedly, like there's only certain places you can get in, and they're guarded and cursed and stuff like that. And it's just
We were actually
Rumor
out
is
there.
that's why we can't fly over the
Bermuda.
South Pole.
well, most people
I
think
never
it's
heard that.
at the poles.
So why is there any credible people who believe this as well?
There was some archaeologist, I think, in the 1880s who claimed to have went on some sort of expedition. I think it was in South America or something.
Well, it's also I was kind of throwing you a slow
bone?
pitch, yeah.
To what?
I actually
the Nazis. There's rumor that they believe that's the same thing. Well, that's where I was coming out with.
What's
it.
going on the timeline?
Okay, sorry.
So the guy in the 1880s, he claimed to go down in a cave. He got lost, and some who knows,
wizard.
crazy guy, blind, comes up with the light, a torch, and guides him out of a cave, completely blind in the middle of nowhere.
He found
saves
Megatron.
him. Just saves him.
Freaking knew it, dude.
That's where they are.
I've actually heard I've heard. Are you familiar with when the Russians they dug the deepest hole?
Are you talking about with the octopus?
Excuse me?
Okay,
I know what you're talking about. It's like the tube is like that big.
Mm-hmm. And they dug it all the way down. Like,
I know a girl. Speaking of
7
tubes that big.
miles.
Yeah.
They dug it down like 7 miles, and they said that when they got to the bottom, that they heard like talking, screaming, all kinds of shit at the bottom of the. And they said they wouldn't dig.
Tupac was throwing a
I
party.
didn't hear that part. I know about the
No, they
deepest,
said
like.
and they said that the expected temperature was like something Fahrenheit, like 2,000, like maybe like 1,000 Fahrenheit or something like that. It ended up being like 3,500.
Oh no,
It's
yeah,
extremely
that's
high.
fairly new. They actually found
Yeah.
out that it's not as hot as they thought. They think there might be even more water below Earth. So, and also they found that Mars
yeah, I saw
has
that.
water
Yeah.
below the surface. Which
Or at least did. At some
no,
point.
it's no. They,
Oh, is it
this is new. They found
I thought that was
there's-
on like
It's under the surface.
under the surface.
Yeah.
They found a body of water like pretty massive, like teleport massive. Yeah.
Dang.
I thought that was on
I'm gonna go live
Jupiter
on
or
Mars.
something. I might
No,
be
No,
it's
wrong.
Mars,
that's the Jupiter's moon.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think they have a lot of water on one of the moons.
No, yeah, that's
crazy.
that's one of the most promising sites near us that could maybe possibly inhabit life.
I'm gonna move to Mars.
Do it. Speaking of like space and stuff, what do you think about that? Y'all probably haven't even heard about it, and that's the creepy part about it. There was this happened maybe about a month ago. A meteor hit by a U.S. base, a remote base somewhere, which measured up to 2.5 kilotons.
Of like TNT was the explosion size, or
Well, that's about 2,000 sticks of dynamite. That's
Yeah.
how. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking
I
about.
didn't hear about that.
And no one does.
Give me a diameter. I don't know what. That,
Okay, you know the 3 Mile crater?
Okay.
That was probably the size of a maybe.
Yeah.
A Volkswagen? A Volkswagen, yeah. You know how that works? And why all craters are perfect circles?
Actually,
Not
no.
particularly.
Actually, do not.
I feel like
So-
it has something to do with this.
I'm going to teach. Y'all are about to
something to do
get
with
learnt,
physics.
okay?
Learn.
Now,
Do it.
because if they come at an angle, how come it's perfect circle every time? Okay, here's an experiment. Because basically, the force that it hits is stronger than what's holding that rock together, right? So, for example, you get a snowball. Have you ever thrown it against a wall and it always hits a perfect circle? Even when you get to you walk over to the side and hit it in a corner, it's always a perfect circle. It's the same principle. Because the force holding that snowball is not that strong. So when it hits the wall...
crushes on impact.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. There's no resistance.
Exactly. So basically the rock implodes on itself. And that's what makes the crater so huge.
So
Neil
it's
deGrasse
it's like an
Tyson
explosion in its own
Exactly.
way. Yeah.
Well, that's why they do compare it to
Yeah, I know.
TNT.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, I'm picking up on it. There was I was here and here, and then I had to fill the gap there.
Yeah, there you go, bud.
I got it.
So y'all are on the entertaining side of conspiracy theories. I'm more on the documented, sketchy, speculatory, like, okay, you could take it one way, take it another way, but that evidence is there.
There's
Government
something,
type
basically,
deals,
is what you're
like
saying.
Pizzagate. How badass is that painting behind you?
That is dope.
I'm
I'm pretty sure I've said that every time I've been
It's
here.
so tight.
I do like it. It reminds me of the. It reminds me. Have you ever seen Spaceballs?
I love Spaceballs.
It reminds me of the Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Jabba the Pizza or whatever it is. Pizza
Like,
Hut.
for example,
Oh my god, I love that movie. I can't even.
you have Operation Mockingbird, which is where the CIA infiltrated. They admitted when they were getting in trouble for it that they had about 44 CIA members that have infiltrated almost all major news networks, right?
When was this?
This is around the same time as all the other sketchy shit happened in U.S. history. You know what I mean? Like the MLK assassination, the moon landing, the JFK assassination, I have a lead on that. I think I talked about that on this weekend. But to think that it still doesn't go on, that they can control, and people take it in the booty, like they don't see it. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only is all our information funneled to 6 corporations, that's who runs every network, right? Mm-hmm. Have y'all seen the videos of like
the scripted endings?
The scripted word by word.
Yeah.
And we're talking like Fox 6 in Alabama, like little networks doing the exact same story.
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard about like media in general is just, it's gotten to the point. Didn't they actually just
2012?
2012. They brought out the
explain what I'm talking about. I knew what you were talking about, but
it's basically news networks can say whatever they want essentially. Like they don't have to be fact checked on anything. They can just basically mislead any story.
Exactly. After World War II, they made propaganda illegal, mainstream propaganda, right? So in 2012, Obama signed to make mainstream propaganda legal again, so they can just pump us full of shit. And I like to just look at the media since that day, it's a shit show. You literally turn on CNN and then watch Fox. It's like they're covering the same stories, but it's completely different. Like,
everybody's got like some different facts.
Yeah,
And some,
it's just ridiculous.
A credible source says.
Right? Don't you hate the credible source? What makes you credible?
No, my pet peeve is recent poll shows.
Right?
Like what poll?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really count when you're polling your audience.
Exactly.
Like you're polling people that you know what the answer is.
It goes both ways. But
I mean, yeah, of course.
You just get skewed results for the people.
I
that
know
watch
that's why like every time somebody says poll shows, I'm like, well, that doesn't mean anything.
When was the last time you polled for CNN or Fox
never
or
been polled,
anywhere?
not
MSNBC.
once.
No one does it. It's just the loonies, dude, on both sides.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how they do it, man. Like that's why like even during the election, they were saying like Hillary has this big lead. I'm like, well, I mean, polls don't really.
I mean, she did.
I mean,
fair.
polls
No, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The election was probably, I wouldn't even say maybe it would be a conspiracy theory, but the election was the first conspiracy type thing that I was following that came to fruition. I was 100% convinced that Trump was going to win in a landslide. Because I read stories and did research. Because the way I work is if I hear something,
you investigate.
Exactly. I don't the reason I know everything I know really is because I don't listen to music. I just I love to learn shit. So I just listen to documentary after documentary after documentary. So they would hire people to sit when they do the pan shots. If you go back and watch all her rallies, you never see pan shots. You see the initial before she walks on the stage, they pan in. And they said that people, as soon as they did that, they just walk out. And then they had one of her rallies. It looked like it was in a middle school gym, but they strategically put the camera to where it cut right at the stage.
Right at the stage, yes.
And they showed them. And then a leaked photo of someone that took it from their phone.
I've seen that.
Of taking it at the exact same place. There's like 30 people there.
Yeah. I've also seen that.
Yeah.
Was it not during the election that you saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I saw it too. I was like, somebody's like, okay, here's the other end of that image, and there's like nobody there.
Right. And then you go to Trump, and he's like filling arenas and shit. Like, I was
politics.
And you can say that Trump did the same thing, but my roommate Kelso was actually at one of.
Bro, no, you can't say he did the same thing because literally he's not in middle school gyms.
No, he was in Birmingham, Alabama, actually.
Right.
And,
Trump knew that. That's why he always made those little jabs at her saying you can't fill auditoriums.
Kelso got his hat signed. Make America Great Again.
No shit.
Got it signed by him. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, you Trump guy?
I mean, I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so?
I'm not really big into I don't know. I'd say I'm in the middle.
Happy medium.
I don't know.
Middle of what? Him and Stormy Daniels? What?
No, like, I just think both sides are just out there. You know, everything's just too crazy.
Well, that's because you're thinking of all the
everything's just too wild.
No, you're thinking of like the extremists on each side.
Yeah, it's just too much, man. Everyone's just
extremists,
crazy.
though. You say that extremists.
I wouldn't say extremists. They're just
even extremists
they're just
is like
active in their beliefs.
If you want to go extremist, Trump's not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah, there's a big difference between extremists.
You got
and,
let me guess. A guy everyone liked, then he ran for president, and what do you know?
He's not an extremist.
What do you know? Everyone hates him. What do you know?
People hate.
Anytime I hear somebody,
every president is going to have half the country hate them. And
right.
That's just the truth. That's the way it is.
Every time I hear somebody say they don't like Trump, I go out of my way to ask them why. Mm-hmm. Especially, not like I said, not being racist. I'm just saying, especially when they're African American, because I want to know. I want to know why they're becoming racist. Are you falling for their bullshit because it's cool to be fucking racist?
I actually
they think he's racist. Where's the proof he's racist?
No, I actually think that whole idea that every African American hates Trump isn't true.
Well, I think it's
like
I'm saying that's what I meant when I see when they say they don't like him. I'm saying when they physically say F Trump. I think a lot of the time it's just they made it to where it's trendy to not like Trump.
Well, it's really cool to hate people nowadays too, and that's just the truth too.
When look at the effing Dixie Chicks, their career ended instantly as soon as they said something negative against George Bush. Now there are people saying death threats on Twitter to our president. I got in an argument with this dude saying that same thing, like. If they did that to Obama, like that wouldn't fly, and he was like, "They did it all the time."
No,
I'm like,
yeah,
really?
No, it did happen though.
Who did that? Who
a lot
did?
of people were
a
saying,
bunch of dumbasses, yes, but like these are like
it did
media
happen.
members.
I would say it's definitely stepped up with Trump on Twitter because of his Twitter presence.
But why is he pissing people off so bad?
Because people have different beliefs. I guess it just comes down to.
But they always do.
Yeah.
But why?
People have always had.
He's the most. He's the
definitely
most liberal Republican president probably in I don't know how
he's
long.
been a registered Democrat,
right?
At least three times, I think.
So there has to be another agenda. I'm going on the agenda that all the media is being pushed. Right? What is he doing that's pissing that group off? Because it's safe to say there's an effing
He's getting rid of corruption.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, what do you mean? Yes, he is.
He obviously. The weird thing is he's obviously made pedophilia a priority.
Yeah,
and sex trafficking.
They should have a bullet in their head. That's my opinion.
No, I mean, you just look at like when he's going into this FBI, he's looking into the FBI and all of pretty much every branch of.
Are you a 4D chess guy? You think he's playing 4D chess?
He's playing 5D chess.
5D chess, the next level shit right there.
Maybe 3D. Maybe 3D. But he's weeding out the people that aren't in interest for America.
Well, no, yeah.
Like and people don't like.
If you want to get into that theory, apparently Trump him and Sessions met with somebody who gave him the lowdown, and he's known everything beforehand. So when he would go talk and hint and joke and take jabs with Russia, talking about him and Putin being best friends, apparently that was a jab at Hillary and Obama and them with Uranium One deal because he was aware of that.
Uranium One deal was like, I mean, I just don't understand how you can have a whole probe into, the Russia's. I mean, obviously Russia, if Russia had something to do with it, obviously they should investigate it. But Trump's relationship to them, like they have a whole probe on this. And
illegal probe, by the way.
I mean, yes, because they secured.
No, they went from an outside source. They outsourced to surveil a presidential candidate.
They had informants on which is,
and it wasn't basically what they did. What was illegal is they did all that outside of the Department of Defense or the DOJ.
And not to mention, they used this false information to secure subpoenas.
Exactly.
To look into his lawyer, which, I mean, off falsified information that you don't have confirmed to be true, you cannot approve that.
No.
There's no way.
They needed it. They needed it, though, because that's what I'm saying. Why? Well, who is he pissing off? It's not just because he's another Republican president.
And also, okay, so they're investigating this, like they're going all into it, looking at everything. Why has that not been done for A, Uranium One, and B, the emails from Hillary Clinton? Like,
it's
a double standard.
Other than the stupid Facebook ads, which I think they leaped on because they realized that their argument was effing flawed because they were like, Russia meddled with the election. Doing what? Leaking legit emails that exist. Those weren't false emails that they hacked and released. Those weren't false emails. Those are legit. Those are real. So basically, they just told us the sketchy shit that they were doing. Oh, dang. I'd rather vote for her and be... The funny people is the people that look me square in the eye and say Hillary Clinton is not a crooked bitch. Like, if you could look me in the eye and tell me one of the endless amounts of allegations against her and her husband, not one of them are true, and you can look me in the eye with a straight face, you are a delusional piece of shit. And I hope you get dick cancer, even if you have, in
a good Christian way.
In a good Christian way.
Of course.
But how much do you feel the CIA is meddling with society as a whole, or at all? Do you think?
I think personally, it's a lot less than you think, because I mean, they're people. A lot of I'm no wicked smart guy, but people are pretty dumb.
Meaning,
like
it's someone going to work.
They're not nearly as competent as you think. It's not a bunch of Albert Einsteins running everybody.
That's the one point that makes me...
it's just coincidence, a lot of the big things that come up. I mean,
they
do have
a rational thought.
But it's
not that
people are stupid, we are stupid.
It's not that they're Albert Einstein, it's that they have an agenda.
Yeah, well, they do. So does every political party that's ever existed.
Well, but in a stance that's supposed to be you're not supposed to have a bias. Like, if you're the head of the FBI, you cannot have a bias towards
people are
one
going
candidate
to.
or another. I know, but you are not. You can't give a submission. You can't say yes. You can investigate this person because I don't like him. Like, there are members of the FBI that literally got caught with text saying we will not let this happen about Trump's presidency.
Exactly, they're just stupid people.
I mean, they're not. They are stupid people, but they are the stupid people with power that can do something.
I see the point he's making, and and if you listen to me in any of my episodes, when I talk about a conspiracy theory, like, I never have my own theory. The JFK, yes, because there's so much shit you can just literally name anyone almost, but like any other one, I can't make my own theory, or
you just never know what's true
because of that. That fact right there.
You said are stupid. You overestimate how much people know and how much power they
have. In the grand scheme of things, the people going to work, CIA agents, FBI agents, anyone, it's just another person with a family going to work.
Yeah.
To say that they can make a coup to where, okay, I'm going to work, and then just we're going along with it. Not, you know.
The regular 99% of CIA workers and
that's
the government
the one thing about almost
impact
every conspiracy.
Nothing.
That makes it, like, I don't know, makes you want to second guess yourself.
You just never
like
know
the moon landing. You're like, okay, all that
real.
sketchy shit.
That's real. Though.
What's real?
The moon landing happened. You can't tell me it didn't happen.
I could tell you.
I definitely see the points.
Right.
Where people can believe it didn't happen, but it happened.
I could jump on the team.
Why do you think it happened?
You want to get a telescope and look at the moon and look at the flag that they planted?
Well, technically, the only telescope strong enough to do that. Only one of them are privately owned, and the rest are ran by.
But the point is, you can do that and prove that.
That is true.
I'm just saying it happened.
But it comes to that thing, which is the main deny. Okay, anyone who doesn't believe, who's like an anti-conspiracy theorist, like my parents or anyone, when you say a fact and they say, I'm sure someone. It's NASA, or I'm sure someone's done studies. Oh, they could do this. You could look it on the moon. Have you done it? Have you seen it? No, you haven't.
Well, I mean, you can say that about everything, though.
But to an extent, no, you can't. Like, I'm saying, like, in that scheme of things, it's always hearsay. I'm sure they figured it out. Oh, they say you could do this. My dad, that was his argument every time I did the moon landing. And like when I was young and kind of naive, I would just be like, oh, because my dad. I was like, oh,
can't be wrong.
It has to be right. And I thought about it, and I was like, and then I found out that literally only like a handful of telescopes are even strong enough to do that.
I mean, then again, all the evidence against it is just you can't tell if it's wrong or right.
Right. Then that's when I'm talking about when
Kubrick
it was just
directed it. Like,
well, that's elite. But I'm saying no, I don't even get into that because that's not really anything. When you get into that, then you get into the things that I like. The speculatory. Kind of sketchy ass shit. Like all of the telemetry data was they taped over it because they had a shortage of tapes. Even though the only reason they were ahead of schedule in the moon landing thing is because they were so well funded.
I mean, just give me a reason as to why a big name like Stanley Kubrick, someone who's so famous and so out there, Why would they hire him to do it? I mean,
2001: Space Odyssey, which is still
a classic.
To this day named probably the most scientifically accurate film made, and the reason that was because he had inside help from NASA. That was why.
But why would they hire someone like him, who people would notice is gone for extended periods of time, to do this project?
That is true.
Like, why wouldn't they just do it themselves? I mean,
I don't think Kubrick did it.
Yeah,
I'm willing to jump on the team that the moon landing happened, but the footage was fake. I can jump on that.
I mean, I guess so.
I think it was real.
Yeah, definitely. I'm saying I think it definitely happened.
I mean, if it didn't,
Is that what UAB hockey thinks, or
these are our own impersonal opinions?
LeBron didn't even go to college?
That's why I don't know.
Hold on. Why'd you hand me this?
What are you saying?
I don't know.
LeBron James didn't pay for a vast majority of his school or his college scholarships. What?
He never went to college, dude. He went straight out of high school.
Yeah.
What can we just like step back a quick second and know why you pulled this up?
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Second.
Is he a
This was
LeBron
just sent
fan?
to me.
Did you tell him to look?
By whom?
By whom? Let's talk about him. Let's make fun of him.
I like how
friend of
we
mine.
I like how we use correct.
Dude, the
grammar.
guy makes $50 million a year. He can pay for an elementary
A
school.
friend of mine. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
He
just thought
bought.
it
He
was a
bought
weird-
one. He's like Oprah. You get a school. You get a school.
He can pay for my high school's total operating costs for like 4 years with one season. I mean,
Wait, you own a high school?
no, I don't own a high school.
You
I
said
mean, my
your high
public
school.
high school.
I don't even think Feeney graduated high school.
Yes, I did. I had a 1.2 GPA.
Oh,
Yeah.
How'd you graduate with
what
a
you got in
1.2?
college? What you got in college though?
I had like a 2.0.
I have a 2.0 in college. I had like a 3.3 in
Hey, guess
high
what?
school.
It passes, bro.
So you just get degrees, boys.
3.7 in high school, buddy.
I was
You're just
2.0.
wicked smart.
No,
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
You like apples?
I like apples.
Was that
How
a-
do you like them apples?
Okay.
That's Good Will Hunting.
I thought that was a good Will
That's
Hunting reference you just
Great
said.
movie. It's like
Do you know what an apple is in hockey?
an assist.
A fruit.
Yeah, it's a fruit. No, it's an assist, and a Geno is a goal.
Like
That
Papa
sounds
John's.
stupid.
It's only stupid if you don't play hockey.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. Just
I'm
not
going to play
bro.
hockey. I'm going to be a hockey pro.
Try out. Yeah.
Why'd you want to play
Yeah, you
college hockey?
Isn't it obvious for the girls?
Why would it win a national championship? And that asshole stole the ring right off my finger.
Let it go. That is literally. I had this conversation last night. If you're a hockey player, you have watched that movie like 700 times.
No doubt.
Every-
I'm not even a hockey player. I had to watch it for every sports year for team unity or some shit. I don't know.
Because I think hockey is like the ultimate team sport. Like,
You do?
yeah, I think it is. Like, other than the
If I knew
only
more
one-
about it.
the only one that I think even rivals it is baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball, because they sit around in the dugout and don't really do a lot during games, and like even practice for that matter. Like a lot of times they're not doing a whole lot because baseball is like a pretty slow sport. I mean, if
Wait.
we're being honest, compared to
What do you mean? But I'm confused
like it's
now.
slow. Like the game of play.
No,
is
I'm
really
saying
slow.
like, you say it's a polar opposite of hockey?
Like, no, okay,
'Cause
so-
it's not really.
So
that
you know how
team
they're not
oriented.
really doing a whole lot. So they're all sitting in the dugout. And
Oh, you're talking about unity and shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I'm
the
talking.
only-
I thought you meant like the play, like it was a
no,
team
no, no,
game.
No, I'm talking about like the only thing that I think is like even rivals the unity that you get from hockey is baseball because they don't do a whole lot. So like they're always playing jokes on each other and they're all really close. Like
Well, it's a lot more difficult.
I've heard a bunch of stories about like
The more
stuff
difficult
going
a
down in
sport
baseball.
is, the more, I guess, big scoring plays, diving plays, double plays. So like with basketball, you score 120 points a game. Like there's one, maybe two shots that are like
that matter. Really.
game changing, like the
Yeah.
buzzer beaters. I'm saying, but say it's by top 9, right? You're down 2. You hit a bases clearing double, and you go up by 1. Like everyone's jazzed. Everyone has like raging Viking boners, you know. And then
Jesus.
going into the bottom of the 9th, you know, you just gave up a lead. Then all of a sudden, there's 2 outs. You're like, oh god, he beams a dude, and you hit a 2-run shot and win. Like nothing beats that feeling.
I mean,
I wouldn't know.
I've played 3 different sports, and I've all had teams in all sports where I was like
The best player.
Well, no,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no.
He's never been the best
Never.
player.
Okay, don't lie to yourself.
Never.
Don't
But
even.
I've
He's
been
a
on a
third
team.
Look
stringer
at his
all day.
physique. There's no way he could be the best
Okay.
player.
I was garbage.
Any
at
guy with a
sports.
hairdo like that gets third string all day.
I've had a team
Third
in all
line.
3 sports I've played where I'm like, I mean, we're not like bros, you know, we're just kind of guys playing a game. But I've also had the teams like this one where we're just bros, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it just depends on the people more than the actual sport. So, I mean,
No, I've played hockey, soccer, and football.
yeah.
I played football for like 3 or 4 years in high school. I played all throughout high school, and it just I played soccer for like 10 years. I played with the same guys every year, like, you know, and I've played with the same hockey guys since I was young too. And from my experience, hockey is by far like you just you get like a closer bond.
Yeah, I could see that.
Compared to like soccer and
I would
football,
say that,
like you stand on the sideline, you don't really talk on the bench. Like in hockey, we're always
Why were you on the sideline?
because I'm not very good at football.
Also,
I played linebacker and I was like 5'9".
Oh, word.
Hockey's also a lot more chirp based.
Oh yeah,
So that definitely brings a
my.
lot into the equation. Like you
It
can't
is
chirp
so
people
fun.
in baseball. You can't chirp people in lacrosse.
I'm-
It's all hockey.
I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at many. If that makes any sense.
chirping is like
I'm the best
if you're
chirper on
hockey,
the team.
yeah. Feeney, I'll give
hockey
Feeney,
is where I learned how to chirp.
Yeah, from me.
What the hell's chirp?
Okay, so you
That's
we're
why I
playing
feel like a chirp.
We're playing a game. You come up to me. You're talking trash, and
It's
I just
talking trash.
roast you. Absolutely
Why is it
destroy you.
chirp?
That's just what
it's
you say.
hockey terminology,
It's just
bro.
you
Like,
chirping someone.
That's stupid. Why don't you just
apples,
call it for what it is?
Because you're
Talk
chirping.
shit.
Okay, you're chirping at each other like birds. Like you just go back and forth, and when you get destroyed by some rando kid, you're just like, well, shit. What do I do now? I gotta show this kid up on the ice. I actually
Feeney
gotta
was on
play.
my line on multiple occasions, and I've heard.
I got the best ones.
I have never heard some of the things that I've heard come out of his mouth
I got
before.
a dictionary of chirps.
I
Feeney
never-
definitely goes down.
You just gotta
best
pick
chirper
gotta pick
for
them apart.
UAB.
Okay, can we stop calling chirping?
Okay, talking
best
trash.
best
Talking
trash talker for you. That sounds.
Do you think I was a
lame.
trash talker?
I could see.
Oh
it.
no way!
I could see.
You're
it,
too
dude.
nice.
Nah, dude, I could see it.
No,
got
absolutely
some-
not.
I played mind games. I wasn't a trash talker.
No, you just gotta tell them they're ugly.
Okay, here's
Parents don't love them. It's that simple.
here's my gameplay. Okay, I always was matched up with the number one, right?
Okay.
So
Ooh.
Oh, this
Wait,
kid's good.
whoa. What sport?
football.
Oh, okay.
You were the
bud.
quarterback,
Position.
right?
What position?
I played corner, receiver, turn man, long snapper.
Oh, just the whole team.
No
Okay.
big deal.
I did a lot of stuff. Anyway, so basically, with the defense, offensive,
I play kick return,
it's
bro.
difficult to me. Whatever, I just do my thing. Defense, like I said, I'm always matched up on one. So one, what's that tell you? If they're gonna throw it at somebody, it's gonna be him. And if he doesn't get the ball, he's gonna start getting annoyed. So when he makes you can see the frustration. So like I'll comment, be like, "Oh yeah, he should have thrown it to you, man. You got you. Boom, boom, boom," in his ear.
That's
Right?
chirping.
Right. But I'm not, but no, like I'm legitimately like, oh man, you got me. Good job. Waiting for him to like go to the quarterback and be like, dude, man, blah, blah. And as soon as I pick it, then I just start talking shit. Like, dude, hey, while you're over there, just go ahead and just tell him, just don't worry about throwing it over here. It's gonna be a long night.
I'm the kind of guy that like off the face off.
You got terrible trips, but don't even be acting like that.
No, man. I'll come off like I'll hit somebody like on the first thing, like in the first period, like the first shift of the game, and I'll say all day, bud, all day, or something like that.
Yeah, that's super cheesy.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no.
why that's.
No,
It's not a good
Dude,
chirp.
hey, you got to see the ice chirp.
Dude,
So
dude, I don't
You
even
gotta
know what
see
you're
the
talking.
ice.
Dude, what?
Oh my love, Blake.
Are you
just got
serious?
chirped, bud. You're done for a couple.
yeah.
minutes.
See,
Yeah,
that's,
that was
that's
a-
when you say cool.
that was a
That's it,
hella
you're
chirp.
Done. You're
See,
done.
Bruh.
that's a
I
chirp.
can't chirp, right? Oh my
Like
bad.
you gotta leave him speechless. You can't just say,
I
"Oh,
just left your speech.
your mom's ugly." That's not a good chirp. You gotta come at them for them, not how they play.
Yeah, your dick's small.
I literally
No,
witnessed him
like,
at a
You're
face-off.
adopted. Your mom doesn't even love you.
He turned to the guy next to him and said, "Your family doesn't love you," and then takes his stick and bangs it on his head, and then just turns back to the
What
play.
a savage.
And then you just
dude.
go bar.
I was
Jeezy.
just
It's
like,
that simple.
what?
There's like, this guy's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm
they
not
think
messing
a
with
lot
this
about
guy.
that.
He might kill
when-
my cat or something.
When I'm on the ice, it's just like primal. I just do what I do. I say what I say, and somehow it works out. I'm playing at UAB club hockey. Doesn't get much better than this.
I mean, basically,
Probably
he was.
does.
Come on.
You know, you could be playing at like the Blackhawks. Or
No.
Oh,
Why
that-
would you want to do that?
Could I be on a podcast if I was on the Blackhawks? Probably.
maybe.
But not this one.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
not this
he's not
one.
a Blackhawk anymore. I plan on having him on.
Oh, what's
Ryan
his name?
Hartman.
Yes.
Think
Man,
you could get
need
him?
to.
I'd be
Yeah.
Narnar.
Yeah.
He plays for Nashville.
So, for those that don't know, what is Narnar?
Gnarly.
Gnarly.
What the hell's
so
Narnar?
Narnar
I
is
don't know.
gnarly.
He sounds like my mom.
Okay.
My mom growing up, she would never call, even like till today.
Yeah,
like
'cause
she
you
would
sound
never
like a
call a dick and balls, or she'd never call it a penis, or never call it testicles. She'd go like you nanukas.
Well, because when you say it, it's real, and
I'm like, what
that's
the
when
hell's
it,
a nanuka?
that's when it gets weird. You don't want your mom saying dick, cock, and penis at you. That's just
Okay,
weird.
well, when I'm
Oh,
old, like, I got hit in the balls. I'm like, oh, and she's like,
Exactly.
oh, did you get hit in the nanukas? I'm like, what the hell's a nanuka? Or your tweet? I'm like, what the hell is that?
I think every family has a different name for their private parts.
I don't think my family
My
does.
favorite bit
don't
is
know.
from Chad Daniels. He was talking about when his daughter was jumping on the trampoline and it bounced up and hit her in the crotch. And she's been around guys, so all she heard was that the area referred to balls. And she's like, "Ow, my balls!"
Oh my
And
word.
he was like, "I had a decision there.
Oh my god.
I didn't do anything. One, think about it. First sexual experience in high school. A guy's going, they're making out, it's getting hot. He goes down, she could whisper, she's like, touch my balls.
Oh, Lord.
He's like, right there, problem solved.
That's true. Damn.
A psychiatrist, maybe.
That's
Abortion, don't think so.
That's smart. Damn.
Think about it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Think about it.
If I have a daughter.
Please don't whisper at me like that. I don't like it.
Go, let me whisper in your ear.
If I have a daughter, I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
I forgot an envelope in my truck. I really need. I got to do my fantasy football drawing right now.
You're just gonna leave us out to dry. Like
No, I
that?
was gonna make you go get it. But
I'll go do it.
really,
Yeah.
my keys are on the island thing or the bar right here. Like here's the living room. It's right here.
Yeah.
You'll see the keys, and then it's in the passenger seat.
Do I get brownie
Can we
points for
refer?
this?
Yeah,
No,
you
can
do.
we refer to him as rookie now?
Rookie.
No, I'm not a
Since
rookie.
we're sending him
I'm
on a
vet.
run like that.
I'm a
Yeah.
vet.
Rookie.
Hey, Rook.
Hey, Rook. Hey, Rook.
if you
Go get it, Rook.
And if
I
you
will
see a
gator thump you.
purple monster, grab it.
I don't know how I feel about that one either.
Okay, we'll go do it. We'll
Do you have latex gloves I can wear out there?
no.
Oh, Lord.
Fresh out, bud.
All right.
Use our last pair.
Don't tell me what to do. I don't like this.
See you, Rook.
Yeah, you have fun, bud.
So Blake,
What's up, dude?
I know from the first time you came on from that other time, it was a big leap. I haven't made much changes since then. You know, I've been busy. But how do you think the podcast is going? Where can I branch out? I know my social media game sucks and my marketing skills sucks.
I'm a marketing major, you know.
Are you? Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Yeah, I was gonna actually bring that up. Like, he is a marketing major.
Is he about to get kicked off the UAB Instagram?
He ran some UAB hockey
Is he done with
social media for a few years.
it? Are you done with it?
I got you.
So he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some tips.
You can run mine.
I got. So on Facebook we have over 2,000 likes. On Instagram we have over like 4,300 followers.
Word.
And then Twitter, I think we have like. The Twitter was the last thing we started. We started that last year, and actually that's the thing that's growing the fastest for us right now. We're up to 800 followers, just about.
My tweet game was not very strong.
I don't even have a Twitter. I have a Twitter. I never use it. The only reason I had Twitter, the app on my phone, was for hockey. Like I just ran that, and then I never use mine. I just use mine to retweet the shit that UAB has.
Okay, help me here. Oh, happy belated birthday to Jacob Hornsby. He
you.
turned 21. How was that? Was it a beautiful, eventful birthday?
Well, you know,
what do you remember about it?
I sat down. I had a nice glass of wine with all my friends, and
Then we went to Bible study. It was
went
fun.
to Bible study
Good time.
and had some communion. I got wild. No, it was
Quick question.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. You were stumbling at 6 o'clock.
Hey, but for the record,
I
was awake.
He took a swing at me, and you witnessed it.
I took
Dude,
a slap.
He was in the middle of a shot.
Yeah, bro.
You don't mess with his
You don't
shot.
mess with a shot.
I didn't mess with his shot.
Did he find it? Did
He
he have an
couldn't find the
envelope? Does
ball.
he have an envelope? He has the envelope. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yes, you're still a rookie.
All you people, can't you see? Can't you see?
But for the record, is it not true that I was the last one awake? Out of him,
I don't
him,
know who.
and Kelsey.
Out of T-Dog or whatever his name is.
T-Champ, but me and T-Champ, we
But
came
I
out
don't
there.
know when he went to sleep. So I
He
can't
went
tell
to
you.
sleep. Well, okay, he went to sleep.
Are we talking about Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was out at 2. Blake was out before me. 2
in the
hours.
afternoon. For sure.
Blake's a little girl.
Okay.
I'm in bed at
Blake
1.
is a
Hey,
little
man.
girl.
Those
Gotta
I was
girls.
just in bed before, like,
Which
I don't know.
girls?
I want y'all to draw one at a time. We're gonna take a break. This is kind of what we've been waiting on. Fantasy football season's here. It's finally here.
Is it already?
I am doing my main leagues, draft order picking right now. It's in this. I'm not gonna pick. Who wants to pick?
Me.
You. You can
What?
you can pass it around. All right.
What am I picking?
Why don't we just
Draw
go in
one
order?
out, but hold on. All right. Here it is. For the number 1 pick in the 2018 draft, go ahead.
the number 1 pick. I got it right here. It is King of the North, Drew Chandler.
Drew Chandler. Talk louder in team, Mike.
Drew Chandler.
King of the North.
Blake, pass me that bad boy. Come on.
I think I picked
Rooks don't
Day.
get to draw.
I'm not a rookie. You know that. Best player on the team.
The number 2 pick.
Who's it going to be?
It's Blake.
You got one, Blake?
Blake, you want to go? Or you want me
Blake,
to
go.
No.
I got number 2 Pearl River guy Scott Laurent.
Scott Laurent, the number 2 pick there. I wish I could do a. All right, number 3.
Are you in here?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Last pick.
I bet you're
Colin
bummed right
Dow.
now, aren't you? You don't want the first pick.
As long as I'm not in the middle.
I'm
Take Tom Brady.
gonna take Cam Newton.
I got
Tom Brady.
Belichick yourself.
Boomer
I like that.
Browning.
If he's gonna take Brady,
That's right.
No doubt.
give me that. Bad
Number 3 by Boomer Browning.
Am I up now?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pick you. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, numero
Number 4 pick.
Jaquiz on TDs.
Jaquiz on our TDs. Josh Ankesheiln. Number 4 pick. That's a good name.
That's
isn't it?
a
I came
good
up with
one.
it myself.
That's impressive. I like that one a lot, actually.
Number 5.
Eli Scissorhands.
Eli Scissorhands.
Eli McCoy.
Eli McCoy at the number 5 pick. The worst pick you could possibly have. Number 6. Blake Hand picking right now.
Roll, please. Oh, my.
The Crusaders.
The Crusaders, Bill Ankesheiln at number 6.
Stuff draw there, bud.
He was a sleeper last year, came in, lost in the championship.
Ready for number 7?
Go ahead, number 7.
Pluck the Falcons.
Tony Ankesheiln at number 7. Okay, I like my pick. I've passed the danger zone. All the pressure's on.
Oh my God!
What?
Show me your TDs,
All right,
Josh
TDs.
Ankesheiln.
I got the number 8 pick. Show me your TDs.
That's great. I love it.
I do like that one.
That's my trophy right there, back there, bro. Show me.
Did you win last year?
I won like, I think 6 the last 9 years, something like that.
Dude, put me in there. I'll whoop you.
I'll mollywop you.
Whose turn is it? Is it Blake Hand's number 9 pick?
This is the last. Or is
No,
there
there's
another
one more.
Okay. Number 9. Stairway to Evans.
Stairway to Evans, Jose Cooks at number 9. I don't know, process of elimination. Who's the number 10?
I don't know.
Better be good.
NASA fanboys.
Chris and Ryan.
They
Chris
deserve to
and
be.
Ryan. That's the draft order for the Bama Boys League of 2018. $25 buy-in. Why $25? $20 for the winner. $20 of it goes to the winner. So that's $200 for the winner. And then the $5 per person pays for the trophy. So
You're paying $50 for a trophy?
yeah,
You're really good at math, bro.
I know. I usually don't math good. That was pretty daggum sweet. Also,
Wicked smart.
we're coming up with more an updated date on the weight loss thing since I broke the hand. I would have made it though. I would have made it because it was overwhelming. People, y'all were kind to me. I didn't have to wear a dress because of it. So, are you familiar? You aren't familiar with anything. Are you familiar with it?
Okay.
Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah, I was at 238 at the beginning of March, and I had to get to 193 by August 15th, or I had to
193
wear,
right now.
Damn.
or I
That's
had
a lot.
Becca had to put a full face of makeup on me on an episode, and had to go down to Lakeview on a weekend in a dress.
Oh, we can
That's a
we can
typical
handle
weekend
that
for
one.
me.
Yeah, well,
But I got down to 205 with 2 weeks out.
Shit, 30
Yeah, we-
pounds in 4 months?
Can we
5
take
months?
care of
It's
that?
not
Killed
bad.
it,
yeah,
bro.
we can handle it.
That's good.
Have you
Yeah.
finished it yet though?
Well, I broke my hand, so they
That's
gave
a hell of a long way from the heart.
they gave me a
Whoa.
Molokai, but I can't work out and stuff.
You can
You
run.
can still run. Yeah.
I hate running.
You can do
Running
jumping
is
jacks.
running and diet is
Light
the absolute
jog.
best way to lose weight.
Well, I don't like.
Therefore,
doing
you are
that.
wearing a dress with us to Lakeview.
No, bro. They
Yeah,
they
bruh.
gave me
Absolutely.
they gave me a Molokai on that one. Both.
We're not letting you.
I say
live
give
down.
me 2. I ate as soon as they gave me that. Like, okay, you can start over when your hand heals. I ate like shit. So we'll give it another 3 weeks and then give me a target.
We need a date.
Yeah, we do.
We
I
need a
don't know
date.
how much I weigh right now. so-
190 by October 1st.
Shit.
Okay.
I have no
That's
idea
fair.
how much I weigh.
That's fair.
So
I was down to 193.
I mean, you can cut
Today,
2 pounds a
actually.
week. You got 8 weeks.
but I've already cut so much, like
Got to YOLO it, man.
So you want to eat some
the first
KFC
18
and
the
some
first
Taco
18
Bell
to
right
20
now?
minutes. Yeah, I do actually. First 18 to 20 pounds, easy as hell.
Oh, yeah,
All I
it's
did was
easy
cut
money.
out sodas, sugars, and
Did
stop
not sit
eating
on
when I
your
didn't
ass
need to
all
eat.
day
It
and
never
you're
worked for
gone.
me.
Yeah,
I
it is
stopped
what
eating
it
that
is.
shit and I said,
We should have a
stayed the
UAB
same.
team diet. We need that right now.
Absolutely not.
No doubt.
All right.
Yes,
we
we
get a
do.
Whataburger after every practice.
Who wants to do my call to action statements? Because I don't feel like doing it. Because no one listens.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna
It's tell
volunteer.
people to subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Google Play.
Oh,
all
that's
the
Blake.
above?
Blake hasn't said much in a minute.
Blake, you can do
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, give me the. What are we subscribing to? iTunes?
Am I allowed to plug my Instagram account or not?
You can plug whatever you want, man.
Ooh.
Is it at Almost Legal Podcast?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
social media.
Just say, make sure you come and follow us. Give us a nice 5-star review on iTunes,
Yelp.
Google Play.
it. On Yelp.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm trying to get better at this. If I need more funding. I spent it all
On what?
on the mic you're talking into, mic he's talking into,
True.
this nice rig I got up here.
Pretty sexy.
But if I can, I'm going to start slowly getting it better, kind of stop making tweaks and improvements because of just, between umpiring, softball, building fences, being a husband, and having a new job, it spreads me thin. So just bear with me, and I'm going to start having guests on again. I know it's been a while since I've had a featured guest.
Oh, okay.
Was that a mouth queef?
Something
Yeah, pterodactyl.
me and Blake, it's a little thing we do. We see each other. I'm talking every time he walks in the door after work. He comes up to me, he goes, "Wah." I
That's
go,
why you guys can't find more roommates.
what you talking about?
It's like a dinosaur language.
Yeah, I understand. It's better what I did with my roommates. I would just whip my dick out and just kind
Jesus.
of go with it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we can.
No, y'all don't do that? Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys
it-
aren't real friends then.
yeah. What kind of team unity do y'all have? Jesus Christ.
Let's not discuss it on there.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You gotta get in
No
the locker room
comment.
to understand.
you gotta be on the team to understand it.
It's a bro thing.
Locker room.
Yeah.
Okay, we got in trouble for this. This will be the last story. We'll close it up. In high school, we had nudie Olympics, okay?
Okay, that's not allowed.
Priceless.
I don't know how it
Did
started.
you say in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. In
whoa,
high
whoa,
school,
whoa.
I didn't even.
Well,
No.
no.
What is
Yeah.
nudie?
I'll elaborate.
Yeah. That
All right,
needs to
so you walk into the football locker room, and
Of course,
it's opened, and then there's a little island thing. So if you're looking straight, and then to the right on the back wall is the showers, right? We lubed up the floors, butt ass naked, sprinting, sliding. I had my phone, and just was people were just whoosh, going.
bucket list.
We kept getting ballsier and ballsier and ballsier and ballsier. So if you go out the door, it's a hallway that goes into the gymnasium. Well, Jake was like, "Oh, we're gonna do it." So he slid through the doors, dented the trash can, was butt ass naked in the hallway.
Was this during school hours?
Yes.
Oh, my
Awesome.
lordy.
How far did he slide? Like,
Oh, we're talking 40 feet.
oh my god!
All right.
an
Well,
animal.
challenge accepted, I guess.
Yeah. No, it
Match
was.
that.
It's like a Olympic curling kind of thing.
Oh, it was great, but with nude boys
Under the age of 18. to
under the age of
clarify.
18. Sandusky there. Yeah, Sandusky was there. It was a real riot. Oh, speaking of college coaches, what do you think about the Urban Meyer thing? It's a thin line.
Yes.
So if there's a female president, I'll make sure I ask her opinion about it first, and then I kind of tweak myself up.
Wait, what did he do? I haven't heard.
Well,
of it.
it all comes down to technicalities because the way I look at it, the Joe Pa Sandusky thing is like a whole nother ballpark. Like, okay, that's
I still
screwed
think
up.
they played Joe Pa wrong with that.
I
a little
agree,
bit.
but I'm saying if that's freaking they're kids, they're helpless.
Yeah.
Even if Urban Meyer said something, the police would have to go to the wife and confirm it. So she would have to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she's a grown adult.
Yeah.
But if it's in his contract, it's in his contract. You know what I'm saying? If he was told and did nothing, because as his person in his contract, if he's told of wrongdoing, he is obligated to note the appropriate officials.
Can we take a step back and explain the situation?
Okay,
'Cause I'm
Urban
in the
Meyer's
dark.
DC
Yeah.
was beating on his wife. And apparently the wife or apparently Urban Meyer was informed and did nothing.
Okay.
So he's in a leave of absence right now.
Yeah, paid leave of absence.
Oh, paid? That's
Yes.
nice.
So I don't think I'd be too upset if I was him.
How are coaches and stuff paid? You ever
do you
wondered
mean?
that?
What do you mean?
Through boosters.
No, but like, how are they paid?
What
we
determines
get
their
paid. I get paid
salary,
I get paid every 2 weeks. How is people like that paid?
Shit, bro.
I'm sure they get a base salary, and based on how well they do, they get more. Like,
Well, no, they
Well,
get a
he's asking
contract.
if it's like weekly or bi-weekly.
Right. No, they have a contract of
Yeah.
like, say Saban just signed. He has like a $8 million contract.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that paid out? Does he just pay it out
I would assume it'd be like bi-weekly.
yeah,
bi-weekly like that?
you
And then
can't just give someone $8 million.
What if it's
right. I was
annually?
just curious. Well,
No.
they might do that, but then he has it installments where it's released to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Never really thought about
Trust
that.
fund, baby.
Yeah, and neither I.
Well, I mean, how does someone on Wall Street who's making $20 million a year get paid? He gets paid every month, bi-weekly.
right.
exactly.
Well,
That's what we're saying.
I
I mean,
would
it's
I
the
would
same.
assume that's like
I bet
with
it's
commission.
bi-weekly.
You just get bonuses,
Well, I
right?
mean,
Based off your
my
performance.
point was like,
And there he goes.
large
I knew he was
salaries.
going to
They
bring
still
up
get
the stock
paid.
market. This little
No,
bastard.
it wasn't. Don't even get me
Yeah,
started.
you can tell by his haircut.
Don't
Yeah.
even
He's
get
all
me
about
started.
that.
I'm wicked smart. Don't forget that.
No, he's not.
What? You
Don't
just said
listen
we
to that
were
kid.
all dumb.
Well, I knew
Okay, I'm pretty dumb too.
So
That's
you're
fine.
Einstein?
a buddy of mine. He played in the minors, right? He got called up.
Baseball?
Yeah, and the minors don't get paid shit, like
No.
$25,000 a year.
Ask Tim Tebow.
But they
Tim
usually get their living paid for. Like, for example, those condos right across the Regents Field. I wouldn't be surprised if the Barons own a number of those. Well, he got called up. And since you're not, the way that works is since you don't have a contract, really, you just get
Paid
paid
per night.
10 G's a game.
No biggie.
Shit, 10th. Maybe we should start playing baseball. Dude,
Go to the
hockey.
bar that night and just pull
He played like 10 games,
That's $100,000.
100 G's.
right?
It's more than I'll make.
What did he get
And think
called
about
up
how-
to?
Damn.
His first
MLB or AAA?
MLB.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
You only get
MLB
10K
is
a
where
night
it's
for
at.
MLB?
Do you have any idea how many games they play?
Right. No, but think about it
168.
though. Those 10 games.
That's
What time
1.68
frame do you
million.
think that's in?
What do you mean? Like their payments?
Like 3 hours.
No, but he only played 10 games,
3
so he got called back
hours
down.
He probably.
No, I'm
he
saying,
works-
how long do you think 10 games last? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
Oh, 2 weeks tops.
So he made 100K
Yeah.
probably in 2-3 weeks.
There's so many players, and pitchers are really the
His first
big thing in
series-
baseball.
Fenway, Yankees Park, Fenway, and
Who
then
did he get called up to?
he played the Orioles.
Okay. Played the Yankees? That sucks.
But no, but he gets to play there. Like as a okay,
That's sick.
you're a hockey player.
Yeah,
Where's
shit.
one place you would just dream of playing? Like
I mean, like, shoot, any NHL rink, like
See what
in
I'm
front
saying?
of that crowd, like
Oh,
I
I
don't
guess
care
that
if
is
I
different.
lose.
We get our
it's not
ass
really
whooped.
like Fenway is like that's baseball.
I
you
know, Fenway
old
is like-
Yankee Stadium. Like
Yeah,
oh,
no,
God.
Fenway is like there's a tradition behind
Right, you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Ever
he
been
gets to
there?
open up there, and he got 2 hits and was the only one to get 2 hits and a walk-off hit for a win since Cal Ripken.
And he still got put down.
Like just to think of all the
I'll-
legends
I'll
that
tell
have
you
played there
later,
and all
but-
that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
That's
that's overwhelming.
That's
I feel like I would be overwhelmed.
that's
anyways.
like you have that rapper guy who says, "Never mind, I can't say that." But anyway, hey, thank you for being on the show, guys. And I
Appreciate
just
it.
realized Blake Hand's been on there, but yeah, Blake,
yeah, you didn't give us any.
the King Millennial. You want to have any plugs? You want to plug something? Oh, I never
King
asked that question.
Millennial?
Okay,
Instagram.
all those
at
girls,
BlakeHand15.
all those girls that were on in your birthday thing. Well,
oh, don't.
are those
even-
like diamond dolls? Like I saw a picture of like a bunch of
the
those.
hell is a diamond doll number one?
Hockey hostess.
Is that a diamond doll of hockey?
There
I
were
mean,
no
technically
hostesses
yes, but there
there.
were no hostesses.
Yeah.
Those were all just people we knew.
No, I know, but I'm saying. Well, no, I said okay.
Well, I didn't know.
Then none of those were those girls. I just saw a
Oh,
picture
no.
of girls and stuff.
No, that's not them. A lot of those people are back home for
Yeah.
for the summer because they're not in college yet. Yeah, so
I respect that. I respect that.
yeah, they'll be back for our first game on September 7th and 8th against
Okay.
Tennessee. It's gonna be lit.
Sorry for bouncing off. Go back to your plug. Go
I'm sorry.
Blake,
plug
it's
your
bud.
whatever you want to plug.
No.
You plug your
I'll
At
favorite
plug-
Blake
porn.
Hand- my
15.
Instagram, my followers.
Mine's at
You can-
Jacob Hornsby
You
with
can
a K.
shout out somebody.
BlakeHand15.
At K Feeney
Your
with 3
favorite,
Ys.
Instagram.
your favorite
At Jacob
porn
Hornsby.
genre, whatever you want. You know.
Foot fetish, is that allowed?
All right.
I wouldn't be
Hair
surprised.
Hornsby,
Foot
Hornsby,
fetish?
go.
I don't know about that one.
You're on. Use your
Biggest
30s.
fetish. There
Biggest-
you go.
No,
Oh,
my
It's feet.
No,
I
my
know
my
it.
Let him plug
my-
his stuff.
What is a plug? Oh, I thought we were talking about
Or
something
shout
else.
out or
My plug is at Jacob Hornsby.
Word.
Jacob with a K. Got to make sure, otherwise you're gonna f that up.
Isn't it Jacob
Every-
Hornsby 12?
No, it's just
it's-
Jacob Hornsby because
okay.
I'm not
and Guy Fieri. Make
I
sure
don't
you go
throw no
check out his
numbers in.
restaurants. Friday TGIF.
At K Feeney.
3 Ys.
Kfeeneyy.
K. Feeney. That reminds me of what's Boy Meets World.
He puts 3
Yeah,
Ys because
he's the principal, Mr. Feeney.
he puts 3
It's-
Ys because he's a basic white girl.
Okay, shush, dude. It's the only one that was open. Am I supposed to
Feeney.
be Kyle_Feeney 36? Like,
Probably.
it's better without
K.
numbers.
Feeney
Blake.
69.
Mr. Feeney.
No.
Mr. Feeney. I like that
Mr.
one.
Feeney.
No.
Please stop.
Someone's already taken Mr. Feeney.
Not a chance. Guarantee it's
You're Mr. Feeney from now on.
No. I'm
And
not
on
Mr.
that,
Oh, absolutely.
we'll wrap it up.
Dude,
Until
I will
next week,
tomahawk
guys.
you in the head.
Hell yeah.
Gator.
I'll see you.